Hi, Manish Deva, pediatrician. There is a huge amount of research emerging in the adult space about the importance of sleep. Do I think it's just as important for kids? Yes. Although we won't get the studies, it's pretty conclusive that sleep is really important for humans. So here are my top 5 tips for kids who have tricky sleep. Number 1, routine. This is absolutely key for children. Making sure they know what's happening next is very important in starting the whole cascade of events before sleep. This can start as early as getting ready for bed, brushing your teeth, linking into other aspects of your cultural life so the child knows their brain and body that it's time for sleep. All this programming and messaging, both said and unsaid, can really help children be aware that sleep is going to happen and it will happen at the time that is expected. Number 2, the environment is really important for sleep. Children will often be scared, particularly if the environment is too dark for them or the temperature is off. We do know that as humans we do need to cool slightly before we go to sleep. So make sure they're not too hot and bothered and stuffy, otherwise they'll be thrashing around and making a bit of a nuisance for themselves. Number 3, make sure to check yourself and that you're not sending a child to sleep too early. A lot of parents probably want to send their kids at an ideal time in their mind, but it may not suit the child. I've seen many children over many years who just naturally seem to have a different sleep time, much as adults do. So I would be thinking about how to be in tune with that and respect that is very important when you're planning when should a child actually go to sleep. Often parents' expectations and children's norms can be wildly different. Number 4, obviously nowadays screens are everywhere and you need to avoid screens. And in saying that, avoid screens and any drama. That could be both from the screen or just in the atmosphere around. Yelling, shouting, these are all things which do not prime a child well going to sleep. This is probably the number 1 identifiable thing when I see kids in clinic, is the amount of screen time is just mind-blowing. Number 5, a lot of children will have a lot of racing of thoughts at night, particularly when it's quieter, and that's when you can get the tummy pain, the thirsty, the go on a toilet, etc, etc. For the older kids, I often suggest they use a phone app for guided meditation, obviously with the screen off. This can be really helpful in removing that cognitive load of thinking about things and creating thoughts. And for the younger children, often an audiobook, or better yet, reading to the child. Stories are a great way to calm the mind and allow that thinking process to be offloaded. If you like this, I'll do another video in the future and we'll talk about medications, particularly melatonin, magnesium, and all the other things I see kids on. See ya.